happening, everyone? Sorry to keep you waiting, but I've been very busy today, and I kept Ben waiting too. Don't worry. He's been in the green room for about half hour, maybe 2.5. I'm not sure, but it's okay. I wanted to. First of all, I got a little bit of new mic thing. So again, if you like it, say mic sucks. If you don't like it, say mic is great. So that's the test. If you like the new microphone, big ball thing. I'm trying out to say Mike sucks in the chat. I like to hear Mike sucks every once in a while. M-I-C, by the way, not Mike the person, M-I-C, microphone. Mike sucks. It really just engages me to the days when people used to say that a lot. It was like my least favorite thing. So I just like to hear it every once in a while in a positive way. So Mike is Q Connor. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Love you, Connor. Don't worry about that. Again, not the M-I-K-E. All the mics out there, we're not talking about you, but I see you did. Is it opposite day? Is that what's happening right now? Okay, I get it. Anyway, what's Paul saying? Sloth put more hedron today and staked it. Probably missed full scuff. His deals too. Hold on. What did I miss something? Did PulseChain launch? I don't understand. I hate. Oh God. All right, guys. Let me scroll up and say hi to the chat because you guys are. Hold on. Richard just tweet something. All right. Without further ado, Ben, welcome to the show.
Hey, yeah, dude. Richard Hart just tweeted about PulseX, telling people to watch how they set their slippage.
It's like
because of
RHMax. You shut up. You shut up with your indicators. That's what he said. No, that would be like strange. I'm glad it wasn't that. Okay, boom. This is what Ben brought us first. PulseX goes live. Please be careful to set your slippage limit when you trade. Slippage limits protect you from sandwich bots stacked with and some bad luck. Okay. What do you got on that, Ben? What do you think? What's good? What's bad? What do you like?
What is slippage? Let's get very basic here. Let's imagine this is something an example I've used. Let's imagine there's 5 signed Elvis guitars, and you have 2 of them, and they're all worth 100K. Well, the minute you sell one of them, the price of maybe I've mixed up this example, but basically your slippage is when something is so illiquid, something is like an signed Elvis guitar is very illiquid. So the minute you sell one of your 100K Elvis guitars, those 4 that are left are worth more than that one that you just sold. But let's say you have 5 signed Elvis guitars, and suddenly a garage is discovered. Storage wars, storage wars. Someone gets a storage unit. They're bidding on it. I don't know if anyone knows that TV show. And the guy's like doing the auction, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. Someone finds a storage with 5 more Elvis guitars. Well, now those Elvis guitars are worth a lot less. So,
and that's people, like the analogy is people adding more liquidity for the guitars.
Yeah. Now if you sold one of your Elvis guitars, the price would go down less. I feel like that was a really bad example. I think I got my examples mixed up, but
it was. I mean, we get it. We get the gist. I think. Yeah. I mean, when I think of slippage, I think of Axis and talk about bars of liquidity. I think he does really cool to see that he has the most amazing visuals I've ever seen. So like those are kind of stuck in my head in a good way. So when I think about slippage, I'm like, okay, there's bars that are higher and lower of certain degrees at certain prices, and if there's not many of those liquidity positions there, and you end up wanting to sell a lot more than they are at a certain position, you're going to eat into the next one. The next thing that people want to pay, and it's going to be a worse deal over when they're thinner. So that's
the less liquidity, the more slippage you face. Because if there's 100 signed Elvis guitars and you have 2, you could probably sell both of them for about the same price. But if there's only 5 signed Elvis guitars and you sell 2, that second one is going to be worth a lot more once, a good bit more. I don't know the percentage of that, but basically, so if you're trading illiquid coins, looks like when PulseX goes live, it's unclear how liquid things are going to be. And what is something that's liquid? Well, the US dollar is very liquid because it's so easy to swap things in and out of the US dollar. But like I said, a signed Elvis guitar is not very liquid. It's very hard to find one. It's not super easy to swap in and out of signed Elvis guitars. So So when you have something that's illiquid, you face more slippage. Like you're pushing the price against yourself, whether you're buying or selling. So Bitcoin is very liquid, and you probably heard Richard Hart talk about this. Bitcoin's super liquid. You can have institutions come in and buy $100 million worth, and it barely pushes the price. But if someone bought $100 million worth of Hex, I don't even know what the price would be. It'd be like like multiple dollars probably. So Hex is a lot less liquid than Bitcoin. There's a lot less supply on the market available. So basically, Richard Hart is saying, be careful with your slippage, which is the amount of slippage you're willing to risk. So the amount of percent you're willing to push the price against yourself. Because then you have things like miner extracted value, which is these sandwich bots that come in. And if they see, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically that you have these bots and they see you're buying and they see you have 10% slippage and maybe you're only pushing the price 2%. They're going to take that 8%, push that against you. Then you're going to buy, then they're going to sell and take the profit on it.
Yeah, they're kind of like an arbitrage by looking at what's going on, like by using the information like that. I think you could explain it better than I could on that one. I just know that they there's all these attack that, yeah. I think you did a good job on that.
All right, thanks.
Just saying hi to the chat.
Oh man, I thought I was drowning there for a second. I was like, oh god,
if you just keep talking long enough, everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. No, you're fine, man. I just want to riff on this because first of all, I don't see limit orders, but I think we're going live without them. I think we're going live without limit orders. I think we're going live without what is the other thing that's missing? God, I'm blanking. What's the other thing? On
single-sided staking?
Yes, the farm stuff. Yeah, I think we're going live without it because let's see. Let me go to my Twitter, which I talked about.
Yeah, gotta tweet out the stream real quick. I didn't even do that.
Jeez. Yeah, man, tweet it out. Yeah, I think we're going live with that. I think we're launching PulseChain. I think I see everyone can see here. This is the indicators I've been talking about for weeks now. That I was on Fruit Show a couple of days ago. I hopped on audio only when I was driving, and I was like, he asked me, I was like, what do you need to see? Because I was hey, is it imminent? Is it really imminent? And then, funny enough, a couple of days later, it actually turned out it is imminent later on. But anyways, he asked me what I need to see. And I'm like, I need to see these certificates being registered. I need to see DNS entries. I need to see new stuff. I need to see public deployment of infrastructure stuff. Yeah, I that's what he asked me. That's what I said, and I've been showing people, for the last few weeks on and off this stuff. And then yesterday I tweeted when I saw the PulseChain RPC stuff come up. And then now today I looked and it says May 12th, hot off the press here. I saw that tokens.app.pulsex was registered, app.pulsex.com, and then everything at .app.pulsex. So we can try them. I don't think they're going to work because they're not deployed yet. If they do, that's going to be epic. Okay, interesting. So this basically means, so they're definitely using AWS. They're using cloud hosting. I'm pretty sure, and we can verify that stuff too. But right now, basically, they haven't opened up access. So on V4, let me think. Let me see if it's still live. App.v4, tokens.v4. Does this work? What was the one? .testnet maybe. Testnet. I can't remember the URL, but basically it's a JSON endpoint to. I can't remember what it was, but essentially that one is a JSON endpoint to have this metadata essentially, or maybe that was PulseRamp actually. That might be PulseRamp. Tokens.pulseramp. Okay. Did PulseRamp ever have? It's always been this, right? There's never been V4 in front of it. You remember? Yeah, that's right. Because it's testnet V4. So. Okay, so right now you can look at PulseRamp. All right, I got them mixed up. So the tokens.pulseramp is the metadata for trading stuff. And then, okay, so there is no tokens.one live on PulseX.
So do you think this could mean that we're going to go live tonight? I guess it doesn't really matter tonight, tomorrow.
I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's like it. So at this point, so when I streamed earlier today about the launch plan, and I just put a video on this right before the stream, I don't know when it's going to launch, but I know these are things that say we're ready to launch. So I don't think there's any more dev work. I don't think there's any more bugs to fix. I don't think there's any more testing or anything. I think all that is done. I think all it is now is logistics and infrastructure rollout, which is what we're watching here. When we see these getting registered, certificates being issued and stuff, that means, hey, like that's what you do in a dev team. When you're rolling out a new service, rolling out a new deployment, you start making these things happen. These are dev stuff that happens before launch. So it could be tonight. It could be 2 or 3 days from now.
Could be during the stream.
It's happened before. V3 came out during the stream. He announced mainnet during the stream the other day with me and Axis, or me and Graphics, and then Axis came on. I think we're ready. I mean, so ready is different than when launch. It's just up to Richard when to launch now. I think it's ready to launch. It's just timing. How does he want to do it? How does he want to time it? I think the weekend is the best. Yeah, what do you think about on the timing? Do you like the weekend? You think that's best for onboarding? That's what I think at least. But what do you think?
I mean, I could see the argument for both. So Crypto 7 came on my social stream at the very beginning earlier today, and he was saying it's going to be Monday. And he thinks Monday is best for marketing. Hex came out on Monday. Both test nets, all the test nets pretty much came out on Wednesday. I can see both arguments. I mean, before he came on and was saying that, I kind of felt like the weekend made sense because everyone's home. People are at home chilling. Exactly. I think a Saturday night what's tonight? Friday night? Yeah, I mean, Friday night sounds great to me. Friday night mainnet launch, holy crap. I'm all for that, So
Friday night lights, I'd be up for that. Friday night blinky lights. We could do that.
Yeah. So it's exciting.
Yeah, we're ready. That's what I'm saying. I've never, again, I try not to say things that I don't have anything to back it up. I guess for this, obviously nobody can say when it's going to launch, but every piece of me that knows about the dev cycle and all this, and I try to separate, I try to be objective. I try not to separate the hopium from what I actually believe. And based on Richard's tweets, based on the indicators I'm seeing on the, the infrastructure side, and based on the GitLab updates, it all put together for me. It's ready. And it's just about when Richard decides to push the green button.
Yeah, I took his tweet last night about getting 8 hours of sleep. I took that as finally everything that could have possibly gone wrong and caused delays. We finished it, and we know there's going to be no more delays. And now the rest is tedious, little easy things that, if it goes wrong, it takes 5 minutes to fix or whatever. I took it as not that, mainnet is launching in 8 hours, but finally I know that it is coming, any day now. You knew for a fact, we're done. We got it. So it's exciting. So Apex Hex had a good question in the chat. He said, do we need to worry about slippage? I think the slippage, like he says, shouldn't it be auto set, kind of like Uniswap?
Do we have to worry about slippage for what context? What are we talking about?
For, I think, the Richard Hart tweet. I think it's only if you're trying to degen, maybe. And by degen, I just mean maybe you're trying to ratio trade, or your swap won't go through. So you're screw it, I'll just raise my slippage to 50% to get this,
Oh yeah, I see. Slippage.
I mean, if you're going to sit on your hands and do nothing, then there's nothing to worry about. I see this and I'm like, well, that's not really directed at me because I'm planning on just chilling. But
yeah, would sandwich. So it sounds like in this, just reading about it. So slippage limits protect you from sandwich bots. So would that mean if you set a high slippage limit, then do they have is there bots that have the ability to set LP real quick and try to catch you? Be like, hey, now you can slip down and eat all my order and get a really bad deal. It sounds like, something around what he's talking about. Like there's some sandwich bots or some other thing going on here too.
It could also be maybe you set the slippage to buy something and then you forgot to reset it, and then you screw yourself. So I think that could be it too, because like sometimes, I've had in the past, I was trying to buy like a tax coin, which I don't advise doing, but I would set the slippage a certain way, and then I'd be doing other stuff, and I'd realize, oh crap, I have like 30% slippage set. Oops. And I'd never changed it. So maybe that's what he means as well.
Yep. Probably. Oh, Sloth's here. Welcome to the show, Crypto Sloth. What's happening, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Just chilling. Have you met Ben? Have you guys been on the stream together?
Yeah. What's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man.
Oh,
yeah. Sloth has come on the social stream.
That was the one. I remember it now. The epic, like full screen, 12 people probably.
Yeah, that was the Westcott crypto Moonterview that turned into like the 6-hour like extravaganza. So that was sick.
Westcott tends to do that. He gets the people going. He does. Like,
oh yeah.
So Sloth, what if you can help us on the slippage thing too, and dissecting this tweet? What can we glean from this? What does it mean to you?
Oh, just set your slippage tight so you don't get MEV attacked, or get a sandwich attacked by an MEV bot. So it's like slippage is just the difference between the value you put in versus the value you get out. So if you put in $1,000, but the coins you get back is worth 950, well, you had 50% slippage. And the DEXs, they have a way for you to limit how much slippage. So that was what? 0.5% slippage. So if it's 0.5% slippage, but you set your limit to 0.1%, then the order is not going to execute because the slippage you would experience is too high. There's just always a button on DEXs for you to set how much slippage you tolerate. For lower liquidity coins, you have to set it higher because there's less liquidity. But the higher the liquidity, the less likely you'll have a failed transactions due to slippage. So he's just reminding you, like, hey, the liquidity is probably going to be pretty thin at the beginning. If you're going to get wrecked, at least don't have it be a mistake because you have too much slippage. Your slippage is too high. At least get wrecked because you made the bad trade.
Get wrecked with integrity. I like it.
Yeah.
So on limit orders, not that we're going to have them at launch. Either way, like do you set slippage on limit orders, and is there extra risk there?
No, because at least the ones like Matcha, your limit orders fill at that exact price, but they can partially fill. So you can have like only 10% of your order fill, and then it goes outside the price, so the rest of it isn't filled. So all of the order execution that you got because of that limit order is at 0% slippage, because you're only making the trade when it at that specific price. I'm pretty sure because the other person is running the actual transactions. I think they would be the one who experiences any slippage, not you.
Wouldn't it be better to be able to set a range on a limit order so you don't it doesn't go down like 0.1 away and then you don't get it because of that? I feel like I missed so many orders because of that. It never gets hit because it's not exactly hit that particular thing. Yeah,
man, that's one of the advantages of V3, because you can set a single-sided position in a range. The other way to do that would be to
it's true.
Just manually make different limit orders. So you have $1,000 and then you want to buy hex between you want to catch hex at like 3 cents, but you're worried it's going to go to 3.1 and never to 3. We'll set something like 3.2, 3.1, 3, 2.8, 2.9, and then you'll have different ones set at different ranges, which is kind of similar as the same thing. It's kind of similar as a single-sided liquidity position.
Are limit orders just for people who don't know how to set liquidity positions?
No, they're two completely different things.
Yeah, but they can effectively achieve the same thing. You just have to wait longer on the LP position, and you have ranges, so there's that advantage as well.
Yeah, the main difference is for an LP, you're responsible for pulling it out. If you're trying to execute if you're trying to make it so that you buy or sell via a V3 position, you're the one who's responsible for pulling it out. When the permanent loss works in your favor, where you have the coin that you want to accumulate or get out of. With a limit order, the code is executing the trade for you, so there's no risk of not being on the side that you want to be unless the order doesn't get filled. They're just like diametrically different things, but they do have some overlap.
Right. That's what I was saying too, is even if we don't have limit orders with PulseX, if you notice at LP positions, and you have the risk of the permanent loss part, and you have to know when to pull it and stuff, but you can effectively still do the same thing, and you have the range benefit as well, even if we don't have limit orders.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes to get V3 on PulseChain. But at the beginning,
I don't want V3. I don't want it. I want the pump-a-middles. I want the pump-a-middles.
Yeah, V2 is better for price pumping for sure. V3 is much easier to manipulate the market and suppress price if you want.
K4K just put out a good tweet. I'll put it in the chat. You can pull it up. Showing how to change your slippage on PulseX. Right there. Okay. 13 minutes ago. Yeah.
So do a DEX. So yeah, there you go. And
yeah, that's not hard. 0.5 is pretty good. Even 1% is not like the worst in the world.
Yeah, I mean 1%. If you want your trades to go through.
If you're doing like $1,000, 1% is what, $10? No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, $10.
Yeah.
So.
But
if you're doing like $1 million, then like $10,000, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I think that's literally the way to look at it. It is. I never think about it, and I mean, I don't do a lot of $1 million trades yet, Sloth. Yet, but when I do,
I'll talk about Maxi or Hex OG.
Yeah, the quote is, if you're so rich, why are you streaming? You want to throw that one out? Why are you talking to people?
So you don't need our money.
That's true. That's the reason. That's the reason I don't monetize. That's why I'm not rich. You hit it right on the head. I like that. Ben DuBard, you were saying you were a PulseX expert right before we got you on the show, and you literally said even K4K is jealous. And there are a lot of. I'm not going to say all the stuff you said. It's a little inappropriate, but
that's right. Yeah, don't out me, bro. I was talking mad shit.
But what in Soft, we kind of talked about this too. I think we're going to launch without help. I think launch is imminent. I think it's appropriate to use that word now. I know I've been giving Furu a little bit of crap for doing it every day for the last few days, but I'm on board with it now. I think it's coming soon. But PulseX, and again, I see stuff happening on PulseX. I think it's going to launch soon. Is it launching without limit orders, launching without the farms, being crazy mad, single side staking, whatever? What are we missing out? We'll start with Ben, but like, is there anything stopping us from just this stampede that's going to come? Like, do we need everything to be there, or is it just another opportunity to do outrage market, or not outrage? I guess we don't do outrage market. Just another market opportunity to say, oh, we'll get another upgrade. PulseX get another upgrade. Let's keep the. Is that the better strategy even?
I mean, I think he just wants to launch as soon as everything's ready. Ready as in like there's stuff he can fix once it's live, that doesn't need to be perfect. And I imagine that would be some of the stuff on PulseX. Like we don't need limit orders, and that's actually, I think Sloth just said like that's better for price pump anyway. So I think once it's all ready, it's gonna be live.
What was the question? What was the minimum viable product for PulseX?
Yeah. Do you mind if we launch without this? And do you think it's better if we don't? Better for onboarding? We can keep shilling these updates for PulseX.
Yeah, it's probably better to launch as soon as possible with the only the essential features that are needed for it to function, and then layer it in as it goes. I think the timeline for PulseChain haven't been 2 years, and like the 2 weeks meme turned into quite a long time. Probably the sooner it launches, the better from a marketing standpoint, because we can move past this whole PulseChain is vaporware, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it'll move on to, oh my God, you waited 2 years to have no features. So that's like a whole different narrative we'd have to come.
I thought about that actually.
Yeah. But at the very least, like we would have made progress And since all of the features are pretty much on testnet, like they have the code and the ability to update it relatively quickly. So I lean towards, launch it more with just like the infrastructure, and then layer in all the non-essential features as quickly as possible after that.
Yep, I agree. The question I wanted to ask too is, and I tried to talk about this a little bit during the launch plan AMA. Are either of you looking at opportunities outside of PulseChain, PulseX, Hex? I imagine Sloth's probably looking at the Hedron ecosystem category for this, or not. But good deals, ratio trading or otherwise, on coins that you think everyone's just going to go for, hey, I need to get more Pulse, I need to get more, Hex, PX and stuff. And there's going to be deals on Hedron. There's going to be deals on ICOSA. There's going to be deals on HSIs or WhatsApp, or I guess not, maybe not on WhatsApp, but I don't know. I guess OpenT's not going to be supporting that anytime soon anyways. Maybe or other NFT marketplaces will. But are you watching you think there'll be good deals on other coins, other ecosystem coins, because everyone's focused on these?
I don't know. I'm not really worried about it at all. I plan on just chilling. I didn't sacrifice for anything other than Pulse or PulseX. That's nothing against. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that's been built, But yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling. I made a joke earlier today. I do wonder. I was saying, as soon as the bridge goes live, I'm swapping all my Pulse or as soon as the mainnet goes live, I'm swapping all my Pulse and PulseX for copied over Pepe, and I'm going to be the biggest Pepe whale as a joke. So I wonder if there's going to be people like trying to do that kind of, like going for Shiba, going for Pepe, but that could be a really bad idea. And I'm just going to chill.
I was just pointing out that people sending Hedron to the Hedron contract.
I do wonder about the HSIs. I wonder Sloth, what do you think about that?
1 second. So the question of will there be other opportunities, or basically what's the word I'm looking for? Inefficient pricing, or pricing that is under the whatever intrinsic value of the token, or they're just undervalued. The market's not valuing them. The probability definitely goes up for that when PulseChain launches, because every ERC20 has its own copy. So you have the Ethereum version, the PulseChain version, and each of them have their own intrinsic values because they're separate contracts on two separate chains. Even though the value is the same, they are separate entities. So you double all of the coins that exist and then add 2 for PulseChain and PulseX. And so what that does is it divides up capital. Now we have less choices to make, which is kind of funny to say because we do have a lot of things going on right now. But we're doubling the amount of choices or options that we have, and we have to make a choice on where we're going to divert capital, where we're going to allocate capital. So $1,000, can only go so far between so many coins before you're splitting it up into like $10 amounts. And so when people have to make a choice, that means the probability of a deal being present, because people are just unaware of it because so much is going on, increases. So I definitely think that there's going to be things that are way undervalued just because so much is going on and people only have so much attention. You can even see that with the Maximus perps, the perpetuals. Even now, some of them have been trading under 1-for-1 hex. Now the liquidity is low, and so there's that you have to take into account. But in terms of valuing them based on the underlying stake value, not even just that, their original redemption value, 1-to-1, not even accounting the yield, people are already not. The market is already not efficiently pricing those assets, and maybe one of the reasons why is just because there's so much going on. So that will only be exacerbated with PulseChain. But what that means is that there's more opportunity for the people who do pay attention. So if you've been listening to any of us and you're pretty knowledgeable about things like Hedron and ICOSA, for example, and you know the system well, and you kind of know how to value things relative to each other, you have a higher probability of catching one of these deals and knowing where to allocate your capital. And to Ben's point, the chances of you getting a cheap HSI probably goes up because there's now 2 auction houses to pay attention to. There are 2 auction houses to pay attention to, double the HSIs, and not only that, but after a period of time, the auction houses will be more and more divergent in terms of what HSIs are available. So it won't just be one for one. Hey, there's 12 t-shirts over here, 12 t-shirts over here. They're both at $1 billion. That's pretty easy to do the calculus on which one you should bid on in terms of keeping track. What if you have 50 over here, 12 over here, and they're going for different hedron amounts? Each hedron has a different price. Each hex has a different price. The complication increases to a degree where if you're able to pay attention sufficiently, you can probably get a better deal even to what people are getting right now, which is pretty incredible.
Well, I think the only thing I'm thinking of is, so people got to put up, it's not like there's this huge event happening when the network's already there. We already have all these LP positions. A lot of these are going to have to be new, and we're going to be using PulseX. There's going to be the Uniswap copy there from Alex, but that's going to be interesting to see what kind of stuff goes on there. But for PulseX, it's going to be a lot of new LP positions. Why would anyone? I guess the only thing I would say that the bear case for getting a good deal on any other coins, even though it sounds like a good thing, would be who's going to be putting up the LP and giving you those good prices, because it's all going to be new stuff. What do you think about that? Is that something that is kind of like, do you think we're only going to, is it going to lessen the chance of getting good deals?
I don't worry about how much liquidity there'll be because for at least most of these coins that we're talking about, they've garnered a pretty decent market and people participating in them. And so because of that, there will be people who want to trade. And if there are people who want to trade, that's incentive for people to put their coins up to earn the fees. So I worry less about the amount of liquidity. And we also know that everybody who's participating in those markets now will have those copied coins on the other side. So I don't really worry about liquidity as much. I would say the counter argument to everything I just said is that if things are so divided and that things are able to be undervalued, will a significant number of people notice that undervaluation to bring it back or to over speculate on top of it. So while the probability of you getting a deal goes up, the probability of there being mass mania speculation on any given thing also goes down. So it's a give and a take, and it's kind of how you want to view it and how confident are you in these coins that they're going to able to garner a larger network effect to be able to sustainably trade at higher prices, or at the very least give you a euphoric run where you can take some significant profits relative to your entry point.
Gotcha. Bien, without spoiling your strategy, without giving away anything that people are going to use to counter trade you, is there anything you can tell us about what you're planning for PulseChain launch when it happens, if it happens tonight or tomorrow, using PulseX, LP, validator, trading, whatever it is? What do you like? And just nothing that people can counter trade you, but just like what have you given away? What do you feel comfortable giving away?
But I've been plotting on some big moves. No, I'm just kidding. What I do plan on doing is I have new hardware wallets set up. So we'll probably be spreading out my sacrifices to these new wallets at some point. I'm not in a huge rush. I'll probably stream when it right as it goes live. I signed up for Hexologist stream thing. I don't plan on providing LP or yield farming. I did that before on Polygon. And
really tell us the story. Tell us the story. I like this.
I got a lot of stories. I don't know. I'm a very much like I learn by doing. So people tell me this is risky, be careful. And I'm like, oh, this seems easy enough. And then I go do it. And then I learn the hard way. There's once this altcoin I provided liquidity for, and this was on QuickSwap on Polygon. And they had a lot of farms. They had a ton of farms on QuickSwap. You could have done yield farming for Hex on QuickSwap too. I remember that. I guess people don't understand the impermanent loss. So I had this altcoin, and they were giving ETH rewards every month to provide liquidity. And I was like, wow, sick. So I'm earning fees and Ethereum. And then we had this big pump in the altcoin, and I had like, you know, I had a known amount of this altcoin that I had, and I was like, sick, you know, I just probably made a ton of fees, and I've still got like this large amount of the altcoin that I'm going to go sell. You know, I'm going to just go calculate how much my stuff is worth. And I went and looked, and I was so confused when all of like this altcoin I had been swapped into, I think it was ETH I was providing for, but that was basically the impermanent loss, where if you're providing liquidity for 2 coins, if one coin goes up in value, you're getting swapped into the coin that has less value. So you're getting more of the token that has less. So like, it's not that simple as like, I don't know. I see people getting excited for these APRs, and there's definitely people who know what they're doing and are going to like do well with it, I think. But I think there's a lot of people just like, they're like, yeah, oh, I see this big number percentage, and like, yeah, and they're going to go in and not realize what's going on. And it's impermanent. It's, you know, it's impermanent because you take the loss when you pull it. But, you know, again, I was new, and so I'm like, dude, I just lost money doing this thing. Yank it, you know? So like, you could wait till they get to equal value again, and then, you know, you have the same, it's a little better. But I don't know. It's just, I'm a simple guy. I like staking Hex. I like getting the yield there. I love the long term, like set it, forget it. And then one day you reap the reward, like planting a tree, you know, and getting the fruit off the tree. And with Pulse and PulseX, I like Matty Allen's Time Pays Me. I'll probably figure out a good amount that I want to allocate there. You know, I'll have to see, you know, pending that it's like all safe and good and stuff. So I think it would be. I don't see a reason why not. But I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff. And I think most people probably shouldn't. But if you want to try, if you're like me and you have to learn by doing, just be careful, because here's how it happened for me. Is I was like, well, let me just do a little bit in these things, and I'll do a little bit and a little bit, and then I get overconfident, kind of like the Dunning-Kruger, like Richard Hart talks about, and then I say, okay, well, I'm going to put in a couple $1,000 now, and then I like really screw myself.
Dump it. So. It's the dump it meme of what's his name? Broganoff. Dump it. He did it.
That specific story was there's all these, and this is going to happen on PulseChain too. There's going to be these degen yield farms popping up, and they're going to offer way higher yield than PulseX. And they're going to say, you're an idiot. Why are you going to provide liquidity to yield farm on PulseX when this new thing has 100,000%, which is what these degen farms would pop up on Polygon. Right if you get in right at the beginning, it's like 1,000,000%, and then of course it goes down as more people get in, because it's like a piece of a pie, and you know, everyone starts getting. So there's one farm I kept going into these farms, and they charged like a 3% fee or something, and so I wasn't keeping track of what I was earning going into these like degen farms. But then I started to, and I was like, wow, I'm not even making back the money from the fee. So I'm going into these farms thinking I'm making money, and I'm actually not even making money, because by the time the APR runs down to like 40%, no one cares about this pop-up degen farm anymore. Yep. And what are you going to do? Wait 3 weeks to hopefully make back the fee that you paid to even enter? So I was like, all right, yeah, I've done this a good bit. Like, I know what I'm doing. And I went in pretty heavy on this one farm that this influencer guy was talking about, and I was in his Telegram group, and I was like, this is going to be the one. And so I provided liquidity for the native token of this degen farm and my Matic. And because it was the native token of the farm, that's where you get the most yield, because no one wants to provide the liquidity for the native tokens. Everyone knows it's going to zero, because that's what all these things are. But I was like, I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out, and I'm going to make back the fee. Yeah. And I was like, I know this one's not a rug, because this influencer guy is like telling everyone he's talking with the team and that it's going to be good and all this stuff. And it ended up rugging, and I didn't believe it. And there were guys early on in the chat, and they're like, guys, this is a rug. Like, get out, like save what you can. And then this like admin guy in the Telegram, he's like, no, the lead dev is sleeping. Like, chill out, guys. And there are these guys in the chat like, you're an idiot if you don't realize this is a effing rug. Like, get out now. And I was like, I didn't want to believe it. And yeah, I lost probably like, I mean, it was like 8K at the time, but then Matic Polygon went on and did another like 7 or 8X from there. So it ended up being a huge loss. And that's a whole nother thing, is people might gamble with a little bit of pulse here and there. when Pulse has done hypothetically a 20x, but then we go on and do 100, 200x from there, that little bit you were gambling with and stuff that might work out, might not work out, has now added up to a lot of money that you threw away. So, and by the way, that influencer that promoted that yield farm in his Telegram group, he disappeared for a whole day. He was nowhere, and literally, like, he came back and he like made a joke about it, and I was like, I'm so fucking done. I was like, I cannot believe this. Like, that was like, it was crazy to see that. Like, he just didn't like. He was, and now I realize he was probably in on it. You know, he probably ran off with the money too. He was like, guys, I got hurt from that too. I thought these guys were trustworthy. I was talking with them, and it's like, yeah, okay.
He's like sitting beside them at like a really nice dinner, talking. Hey, let me just finish up with the Telegram guys. Okay, let's go back to drinks. Yeah, dude, yeah, it's always an unpopular take, but airdrops, I'm so not interested in almost all airdrops. They're just the carrot to get you in, and now you're going to be tweeting about them. Now you're gonna be like confirmation bias. Oh, this is a good deal, right? I can be a whale early. Oh, it's going to go great, and then you have no idea what's going to happen. So like, I stay away from 99% of airdrops.
You don't care about the world's largest airdrops? You stay away from them? Dude.
Oh god,
RHMax, you flutter.
99%, 1% is PulseX. If you consider Hedron, it's not really. I mean, you kind of meant it. Tetra, I care about that airdrop, so you're welcome. So you're welcome. I said Tetra. Hope we can talk about Tetra at some point, actually, too, because the graphics is in. Boom! Surprise.
What's up, guys?
I hope you're ready for Imminent, because Imminent just happened.
Dude, first of all, Sloth, good to see you. Good to see you again, brother.
Yeah,
Ben, first time we met, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Cool.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you too. Max. What's up?
We're back. Max, I've seen you 3 times this week, and it's
Max
3 times too many.
Name. Max?
I'm just the host. I don't really know anything. I just ask people questions.
That was great.
That's what Sloth thinks, at least. If GIF wasn't here, my sub count would be in half. I'm just reading Sloth's mind right now. He's just saying these mean things to me.
That's awesome.
And you started the graphics. Thank you for that. Thank you. You gave him a microphone. Actually, I gave him a microphone, I guess. But anyways, welcome to the show, Cryptographics. How's it going, man?
Great. I'm freaking wiped. So I'm going to be here for probably 30, 40 minutes, and then I got to take off.
That's longer than us. So thank you for
that. Sweet. So I'm going to, I'm going to be in the green room for 20 minutes after you guys leave. Just hanging out.
That, actually.
Waiting.
Does that work? Actually, we need to test that.
Anyone wants to hang out.
Well, what do you think about, and we already talked about slippage, kind of boring, but what do you think about the flashing indicators? Stuff is happening. We go to tokens.app.pulsex.com. Look at that. It says access denied. It means something is there listening, wanting you to talk to it, but you're not allowed to right now.
I think you should press the refresh button because it's after midnight UTC time, just in case.
We got a different request ID and host ID. Yeah, that's supposed to change every time. Don't worry.
Damn it.
Don't worry.
Maybe it's a secret message.
You know what? I'm going to say 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. All right. I'll refresh in 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2 more minutes. That's my new mantra. We're going from 2 more months to 2 more weeks to 2 more days. Now, I think we have 2 hours. I said like a week last week. Now I'm down 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm actually, so if you go to app.pulsex, nothing should happen. Yeah. So it's actually funny that there's something at the other end of this. They just haven't enabled it or deployed it yet. And that's the whole title of the stream is like, I'm seeing things that there's something there. And it's very interesting to see. And it's just not wanting to talk to me right now. However, what's up? Any more tweets? Did Richard tweet again? Damn it. Tweeting a lot.
Too.
People keep saying it. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll click on it. What's up? I do remember this. By the way, anyone remember this? This is pretty. I remember this so many times of like, wow, that's not going to. I think even at the time, I don't know. I want to think that I said at the time like that's gonna go over. But maybe I've seen it so many times I've got into it.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
What do you think, graphics? Are we actually going to go to a world like is PulseChain going to wake up DeFi? Like really, is it going to be like, guys, look at all the trustless products, look at all the money in here, look at all the price go up, hopefully, and they're just going to. Are we done with all the central, like most of the centralized? The ones that have failed, are they ever coming back? Are we actually doing true DeFi? What do you think?
I mean, I think if number go up quick enough, then all the meme boys and gals are gonna have no choice but to look, and maybe this becomes the new little gold rush that starts a bunch of stuff. But man, at this point, I think it's gonna do something. It's gonna rattle the cage at least.
Are we going? Sloth, you need to stop laughing and start answering questions. What do you think about this question?
Damn, Max.
I need to make the content, man. Come on.
I'm trying to have fun.
Jesus Christ. Graphics is playing along. Ben's doing fine. What's up?
What's the question?
The question is this one. SJ says, hey, I have an idea. If we don't launch in 2 minutes, you need to be down to stream with me and walk me through testnet as if I were a no-coiner. Who's volunteering for a wild SJ? If nobody else does, I will. But
oh man,
anybody?
I would love to. SJ, I'm sorry, I'm wiped. I'm already holding on by a thread for this one.
Okay.
I haven't really been on testnet. I should probably watch it, not run it.
I need to eat dinner.
I'm about to send a link. This may end up as that. Anyways, yeah, actually, SJ, I will send you.
Oh, is she coming on here?
She can.
Yeah, that works. I'll stay for that. Yeah, I'll plan on being for 30 minutes.
I'll send her a link if she wants to come for that.
Yeah,
I'm just scrolling through it.
SJ, send me a link, and if I have some time after this, I'll hop in and answer questions or something.
Perfect. Graphics. What's going on today? Like, I know I've been watching your daily updates. I've been outside watering the grass and stuff. I got to list my daily graphics. What's been the most interesting thing on your mind today that for as far as launch goes?
Richard woke up.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, I don't even know. Honestly, it's been like a flurry for me. The only time I'm thinking about launch is like first thing in the morning and at night when I'm not making a ton of videos right now. Honestly, I like almost don't even have time to think about it. The more I'm thinking about it, because I'm hearing more people come out of the woodworks in terms of like ideas on how things are going to launch. And the more I'm just like, man, this could literally go any direction in terms of how things go on launch. Like, and it's just the uncertainty in what I like, there was a time when I was like, okay, yeah, things are probably going to launch somewhere around this, but now it's like, the more I hear, the more it's like, man, you just got to be patient, sit back and wait, and don't be reactive, but like have parameters that you want to act within, for moving tokens, for profit, whatever the hell you want to do, and act there, but like wait and watch and like expect things to go bananas. That's kind of what's been on my mind lately. It's been like, wow, I really don't think anyone knows what's about to happen here. I don't think anyone has a clue at all.
This guy loops well. Just made me laugh. You four guys are who I picture on the other end of a Call of Duty game chat.
Nice.
This could be a Call of Duty game, and then we're like, "Hey, what are you guys talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Shoot the guy! Shoot the guy! What are you doing right now?" Like everyone dies because we keep talking crypto. We thought we were live streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be funny. Yeah, man. I seriously, I've been appreciating your daily streaming and just like keeping up to date. Of course, I told you the other day the INC video, the live stream for an hour and a half. Well worth my time watching that, and it's good to see people streaming again. Honestly, like it's we got K for K putting out some awesome videos lately. Coffee's been putting out some stuff as well. It's really cool to see the community like, all right, let's take this seriously this time. And I've been holding back myself. I've been like, Max of a week ago, no way he's going to put infrastructure deployment rocket eyes on there. Like now I'm like, all right, I'm in. Let's do this. I think we're close. So that's been refreshing for me.
Yeah, everyone's been killing it on the content. That's been cool to see everyone step. Coffee's back. I mean, I don't think anyone in the ecosystem isn't making content right now. So, man, for that alone, if that doesn't get people's attention as like, hey, and the thing is, it's not like everyone's posting. Like, this is the cool thing about this ecosystem and the people that like all of us here and all the people in this ecosystem that make content is, yeah, we talk about price and sometimes we talk about like this could be really, really successful, but the amount of like educational stuff that comes out and that is just, it's golden content, evergreen, and it helps people more than it just promises things is wild to me. And it's so cool. And it's so solidifying in why they believe that this is the right place to be,
Dude, I think it piles up on each other too. Like these things, they like the more that we believe and the more content we produce and the more messages and tweets and stuff on Twitter, the more other people who click on that hashtag or see Richard Hart trending or PulseChain trending or MAINNET trending, the more it just compounds, and it actually it makes it so. It like literally like makes it so once all the people get together and start talking about it. And it's amazing to see. I do before SJ jumps on real quick, I do want to talk about Tetra for just a couple minutes because the airdrop hasn't happened yet because of insane gas fees. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it would have cost like 50 grand to distribute it back when the day was planned to do it. So they just held off on it. This is probably the right move. There's no point in paying $50,000 to distribute a small percentage of the supply. So what they're going to do is they're going to do it when PulseChain launches. So when the protocol's out, and they're going to distribute it to the people who claim their addresses that were that signed for PulseX.
Yep. And again, I rarely talk about airdrops, but Tetra is the one that I was kind of forced to get into. Squirrel kept politely talking to me about it. I saw Sloth start tweeting strategies, and then I think Graphics is interested in it too, if I remember correctly. So it's Sloth, can you give us like a 2-minute summary, like why you like it, like why is it important, and then we'll.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. Basically, anything you do on the blockchain, you can automate with Tetra. So anytime you sign a transaction, whatever you're trying to do, Tetra can do that by uploading the contract that you want into the system. And then it's a no-code drag and drop kind of interface to allow you to do that. And what's technically what's being deployed, if I remember correctly, is actually a smart contract. So it's like a no-code smart contract builder that allows you to run functions on the blockchain. And so any kind of I don't know, yield farming, DeFi, any way you move your money around on the blockchain, if you want to automate it, you have that ability to do it with Tetra. That's the intent of the system. It's not out yet. They're looking at about August. August is what they're looking for to launch the actual protocol to be able to use it. But I like it because, I am pretty involved in a couple different fairly complicated ecosystems that don't require, but I move my coins around, or the yield that I get around from those things. And as actually time has gone on, I've become less and less inclined to like actually pull out my crypto laptop and do all this stuff. And so having it automated, I think is pretty cool. And not just that, it opens up a big floodgate on market efficiency and as well as just being able to maximize your returns without having to spend a lot of time doing it. So for example, a really easy strategy you could build is like, say you have a 30-day rolling hex stake. You have the contract start the stake, run it for 30 days, end the stake, and then you have it auto take, say 10%, send it to Coast to send it to your bank account. Have another 50% of your yield. Maybe you buy Hedron with it, maybe you buy Maxi with it. And then you have the other 10%, then you have the other 40%, say, recompounded into the next 30 days. You can do all of those things simultaneously utilizing the Tetra protocol automatically every 30 days. So from your perspective, what you would see is 10% of your yield entering your bank account every single month. But in the background, all these extra steps are being done. There's a lot of other cool things, but basically that's kind of the elevator pitch. Automation of DeFi and blockchain.
Yeah, I didn't get it at first. It's one of those things you really got to be like, okay, what is this thing? What why is it helpful? Why should I pay attention to it? And then once I got into it, I was like, whoa, I think this could create a lot of volume. Talking to Neil for T-Shares and Stu on stream, I was like, as a validator, I'm excited about it because there's more fees and stuff. There's the passive income through what is it? He talked about even like automatically like deposit in the bank account. Like you could hook it up to a fiat off ramp and automatically just pay yourself. Like I think it's amazing tech if it's deployed right.
It takes a little bit to get, and you just have to have a use case that's personal to you to like have that kind of aha moment on like why it's important. So like you see all these like different complicated flow charts from myself, really from Squirrel, or like from Neil from T-Shares, and you're like, what the hell is this? Why would I need to do this? I think the value of it becomes really obvious when there's some string of transactions that you want to do, and you're like, whoa, I can just like set some blocks, have it execute them independently. And then Goldkey has a good question. He's like, well, users need to build these strategies for themselves, so can you select strategies to use on the platform? And it's both. So I'll have like, Hedron, Icosa, probably some PH ecosystem stuff too, as well as Earn and Liquid Loans. I'll be making some stuff for that. And there'll be like what Stu has said is that there will be a community page where you can post these strategies. And then if you're somebody you like say you trust me for some reason and you want to use the things that I've built, you can just download that strategy, deploy it yourself, and then have it run. But also you can build your own as well. So I'd say probably it'll be a mix of people. Well, what I actually think it would be is you downloading other people's stuff for things you don't want to build yourself, and then connecting them in the ways that you want them to be connected.
Yeah, I think it's got so many different parts, so many different ways you can use it. It's almost like the Ethereum, the world computer, PulseChain's the DeFi computer. I don't know. Tetra, it feels like this, this connection of platforms, this automation computer, I guess. Anyway, good question, Gold Key. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the show, Wild SJ. She appears.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, SJ?
Hello. Surprise!
Surprise. And one more. Top Gun Hexadian.
Holy, it's a party.
Hey.
He was about to go to the bathroom, but he's like, nope, I got to turn around. I'm live now.
Yeah, I thought I had a few more seconds to try and grab another shirt here, but I got to go Corey style. I just got done installing doors and drywall for the day, so I'm like, I'll hop on stream. I haven't even showered yet. Sure.
Let's do it, man. No, you're one of my PulseX guys too, and that's actually good timing for both of you. So SJ, what would you like us to walk you through? And also, Top Gun, can you share your screen too? Are you capable? Like, do you have the technology, or should I just click around? What do you? It's up to you.
Well, I do have the capability to share screen, but I don't have PulseX loaded. Like I mean, my math model is always ready to go, but it looks like you're all set up and ready with PulseX here.
Okay, we'll do it like that then. Yeah, SJ, what kind of walkthrough are you looking for?
Oh God, I don't even know. I mean, this might have to be like a whole different show, because what I was wanting to do was just like legitimately like do it on my crypto laptop while someone is like, either like watching over my shoulder. Like maybe I can screen share that, because I do have a test account that I am connecting to testnet with. But I've just done so little. Don't be like me. Don't be like SJ, folks. Y'all should have been testing this shit out for a year now.
2 years. I mean, almost 2 years, but we're not counting. Are we?
Yeah, I think a lot of my not necessarily hesitation, but I don't feel like I'm going to do much of anything, right? Like, I'm very happy that I sacrificed for both. Like, that happened. I just want to hold. There's no reason for me to do any kind of crazy trading whatsoever. Like, I am happy with my hex bags. I have stakes, I have a staking ladder, and that's really in the future as these next couple of years go by. That's where I'm hoping to see my gains come from, is just taking that yield. I have a little bit of my own kind of game plan when my stakes end what to do, but I honestly don't plan on touching my Pulse or PulseX for any reason at all for, I don't know, years. Like, I really don't see any reason to, because I got into Hex knowing that was going to be my long-term retirement plan, that's my golden goose egg, right? So I don't know, for someone who doesn't really want to touch any of this, what do I need to touch? Like, what do I need to do to make sure that I am prepared should I need to do something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think for PulseX in particular, unless you want to trade, I mean, that is going to be the place to trade, do LP and stuff like that. But if you just want to hold, I mean, you literally, I mean, I guess it's like kind of like the general advice to everyone who doesn't even know about the community. It's like you're getting a free copy of your coins and you can participate in ratio trading. You can stay away from it. You don't really need to do anything if you just want the copy and you just want to hold on to it. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty, I mean, I guess don't feel like you have to do anything even when it launches. You can just be happy and celebrate. You don't really have to know how to use the DEX unless you literally want to trade. Yeah, I guess that's the good news. Yeah, what do you guys got?
Like I've touched it, like I've done that. I've swapped a couple of coins for, Pulse, all that stuff. Like I've done a little bit of that. But so like I have done, a few little button pushes and things like that. I just, because so many people are like, oh, make sure you're ready. You had 2 years to do this and, all this stuff. And I know that there are people out there who are going to be trading and like they're going to be wanting to do all these things. But I feel lucky enough that I got in when I did. I have the bags that I have, and I just want to celebrate.
We're with you. We're going to be celebrating a lot this year. I think it's going to be fantastic. Top Gun, just let's frame it like this too. I think it's a great question. There's probably many people in the chat are thinking like, what do I need to do? Or if I don't want to do anything, like what advice would you give for people who are watching launch take place and they feel like they want to do something? What is the least amount that they can do to not wreck themselves? Maybe that's a good way to frame it.
I like that. I like that really. I would like that a lot because really, I mean, everyone looks at my math skills and goes, oh, you know exactly what to do. And it's like, I do. Sit on my hands and not FOMO and DCA. But I mean, like doing the math, yeah, okay, there might be an opportunity here and there. So, okay, I'm going to do some math because I understand it. I put the videos out, how to try and calculate a ratio, what the change is going to be with the 1.2 million. So you can kind of tell if that's a good ratio or a bad ratio if it shifts from there. Maybe you've got one you want to go after. But essentially, really, I want right away, as soon as it becomes active, I'm still curious about the third-party tokens that could come to the system. So, I mean, my PulseX tokens, as far as I was aware, I mean, the DAO, apparently, according to Katie, wasn't in version 3 or 4, but it was tested and functional in version V2B. So, I mean, PulseX gives me the ability to vote. I'm not sure if I'll use that very often on tokens, but I can place it to accumulate, stake it, or whatever we're using for lingo these days to earn third-party tokens. That might be
y'all, Richard just tweeted the PulseX mainnet is now live. The PulseChain.com mainnet is now live. He just tweeted
right now.
it.
Whoa!
It just happened.
Whoa.
It happened.
Oh my god!
What do we do?
Wait, I got goosebumps.
Where?
In the making.
Where? Hold on.
Yo.
Hold on.
PulseX mainnet is now live.
Damn, Max, look at you, live streaming V3 and mainnet. Some kind of oracle over here, man.
Wait.
I don't.
Where is it?
I was like, are you kidding me? You're
So
really
on
gonna troll us like that?
I mean,
SK? Like, come on.
It says PulseX.com mainnet is live though. That's
The one
There's a
below
Twitter.
that. Right before that.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, what happened there?
Wait.
Yes.
Like, nah, I don't believe it. This is cat.
Yes.
I don't believe it. It's fake. It's not real.
Yeah, we can test it.
Where's the?
We've been so
Okay.
traumatized.
I'm
She got things
shaking.
like, nah.
Let's see.
I'm shaking right now.
Oh my
I'm starting to shake a
god.
little bit
It's
myself.
not.
my
There's
God.
no links though. There's no links that are working yet that I can find.
Oh, and also I should go to is pls.live. Okay. And that would check the mainnet scan. Mainnet scan.
Retep did say that we
Explore.
can't really trust that site though, low key. He kind of said that.
Okay.
in a tweet.
Well, at least.
It was like,
Okay.
he was like, that's
I don't
not from the
test-
PulseChain team, so it's hard to know if it's going to be
If
completely
you go
accurate.
to the PulseChain side, it says it's live, and you have the RPC settings.
Yeah, I can't do MetaMask right now. Can somebody put it in MetaMask and see if it's working?
So honestly,
Yeah,
what I'm going to be doing is loading this stuff in MetaMask and then going on the PulseX site to get the token addresses or contract addresses for everything I sacked for and just verify that everything's in my wallet. And then I'm waiting until the bridge opens to do anything else. This is amazing.
Holy, as we're actually live.
Bro,
I got goosebumps and I'm sweating. Whoa!
This
Why
is
did-
surreal.
Wow.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go change real quick.
Wow, Wild
first-
JS, this was an amazing time to meet you. I can't believe I got to share this with everybody. Crypto, oh my god,
Oh,
Crypto
you guys.
TFX. Oh, look into Hedron. Oh,
How
Ben
I'm so glad
Makes
you
What?
said
You
it.
guys.
Bro.
I
Crazy.
I'm glad I got to share this with you. It's live.
glad to be y'all's
God.
lucky rabbit foot. I'm rubbing my hand right now like this. I did B3 and it went live, and now the mainnet is live. Yes. Yes.
SJ,
Awesome.
SJ, you don't need a testnet walkthrough anymore. You have someone show you on the actual thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
well,
god.
I'm not sure PulseX is live.
Tutorial.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, I don't think Max has a wallet ready to connect. He needs to set up
Yeah.
a dummy wallet. So before
My
he
heart-
does that thing.
I have,
I don't
I
remember
have
my
my
password on that.
tutorial wallet, Max, but I can't remember
Holy
what the
moly.
password was for it.
Yeah,
The
I
one
got
Oh.
I got a dummy.
There's like
wallet.
6 of us. Somebody,
You want me to
yes,
connect
somebody download this stuff. You're going to be here for a few more minutes, okay? We're going to be here for a few more minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Congratulations, everybody.
Yes.
We made it.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Wow.
What a moment.
Wow. That's
This is great.
crazy. We're all here for that.
This is great.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god. Okay,
Wow.
well,
Gotta text my
Again-
friend
Wait, deep
right
breath.
now.
I just streamed about this. Take deep breaths, everyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see if we can find some prices.
Yes, please. Because
Uh,
PulseX is
looks
not
like-
up right now.
Exciting.
The only
Dex Screener. Dex Screener should be giving us some ratio information. They said they were going to support PulseChain.
It looks like there's a PLSX PL Pulse liquidity pool, but there are no details on it. Let's see. Let's look what the right now.
Sloth, if you want to share your screen, just let me know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, give me a second. Present. Let's see if I can do this live. So
We're doing it live.
We did
this
it.
is actually kind of crazy. One PLS gets you 5,000 PulseX.
what?
What?
Let's
No,
refresh
somebody didn't go in there and fat finger it already. That
You
happened.
need to hang
on-
up right now and go trade, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Holy.
Actually,
oh
yeah. Actually, yes.
The liquidity is probably
I'm gonna
so
do that.
thin. The liquidity is
Oh my
probably
gosh.
so thin. Like you got to go check the pool and see how many tokens
Yeah.
are in each side. Like it could have been 1,000 on each side, and somebody just dropped 10 million tokens in after the pulse and went slippage.
One hex gets you 30 pulse, and one pulse gets you 0.03 hex.
That's yeah,
well,
that's
And then
right
let's
on.
see,
The AMM
one
has
hex,
run. That's a fair ratio for East Standard, and now it's going to trade.
One hex gives you 127,000 pulse X.
Is that I can't even think right now. Translate.
Rip.
What does that mean?
Here you go, Max.
Oh my
You
God.
get a shit ton of pulse X for one hex.
Okay. I think we should end the
So
stream
I'm just
actually
looking at
in
it.
a little bit.
But if you only put in 1,000 hex, you're experiencing about 12% slippage. So yeah, I'll just say I have another wallet up, and I just switched to like 100 hex for some pulse X because that's a crazy ratio. If you looked at the numbers, I'll pull up Sami's tweet.
Yes.
So
How,
yeah,
how do we know if we're getting a
Here's my
I think everyone
ratio live
Wow.
ratio trading for you. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just talk out loud as I'm doing everything.
All right. I'm heading into the deep info here to try and see if I can find out the liquidity that's available in these pools.
When
Okay.
Yeah.
will Richard
Well,
Hart go live?
it's pretty low because 1,000 hex got you 12% slippage. So you
Oh
can't-
yeah, that is so small a liquidity pool. Oh my
so
god.
yeah, I'll just talk live on what I just did. I just swapped 100 hex for let me see how much pulse X I got. Give me a second. Did it go through? Doesn't look. Oh no, it didn't go through that trade. Let's try again. Yeah, so the ratio is going pretty fast. Right now, it's 100 hex for 2.8 million pulse, which is pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
This is
So-
wild, man.
So talk us through what does a good deal look like? What should people be looking for? Like, I know we're all stunned right now.
I'm
But
trying
like,
to
okay.
what is it?
show me how to get. Yeah, somebody else go. I'm trying to find this tweet. Hold on.
Yeah, so one of the first things before you're hunting for deals, what you really want to be doing is looking for liquidity to see how many tokens realistically are in that pool. So, I mean, 10,000 hex tokens right now is roughly $500, $530. So, I mean, that's not a lot of liquidity. That can eat a lot of slippage. You go in there with $1,000, like you're getting wrecked. So, you're going to want to see tens of millions or billions of Pulse and PulseX tokens. You're going to want to see hundreds of thousands to millions of hex before you start going to do any amount of trades. And no matter what you do, make sure you're trading a lot less than what's in the liquidity pool, unless you're about to provide liquidity. Then that's a whole different argument.
Yes.
Yeah, so the
bit
ratio has
comatose right now.
evened out to a little bit more, I guess, reasonable. I just was able to swap 100 hex for 59,000 PulseX. But right now, one hex gets you about 396 PulseX, which is still actually, that's actually not that crazy. I'm still trying to find that tweet. Oh, maybe it's better on his YouTube video.
So what does that mean? The price? Okay, I guess we don't have price yet. Okay.
Well, we don't have any prices because this is p-hex, not not Ethereum hex.
Yeah, you said Somi's tweet had some info.
It had the staker class, like the not the aquatic animals for PulseChain and everything, and then he had a video on it. I'm just trying to find that graphic.
Yeah, I retweeted it too, but I had to scroll through and find it.
I'm just gonna sit here and be giddy.
Yeah, guys, I actually realize I have to go.
For other reasons now, I understand.
Completely other reasons. Nothing to do.
You're not
Nothing to
gonna
do
let
with
us in?
PulseChain.
We know
Nothing
you
to
canceled
do.
your other plans. And you're gonna be ratio trading. We accept
Alright.
you. It's okay.
I'm not
I-
going
I-
anywhere. I can do this. I can do this.
I have
with
it.
you guys.
Just
Yeah,
look for the
when was
guy
your
who
live
went from
stream?
like like some sort of like moderate stack to like maybe like nothing. That's me. That's
Oh
that's
god. God.
Yeah. So here's
Thanks, man.
this.
all right.
It's good to see your graphics,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, good to see you
Hey,
guys.
man, nice to meet you.
Have a good night, everybody.
Oh.
So the ratios have evened out a bit. So like at the beginning, it was like one pulse would get you like 59,000 PulseX, which is just stupid. Now it's 7. So like a lot of people when they were talking about ratio trading, there's that exact thing is exactly that scenario was exactly what you're looking for ratio trading, and now it's flipped to a little bit more a reasonable rate where one PulseX gets you 6.8. One pulse gets you 6.8 PulseX now. And so let me share my screen so I can show it to you guys. Present. So because this will bring the numbers into a little bit more. So basically, if you look here, these are essentially the percent of the total supply adjusting for the SAC wallet or the OA when it's sent. And so when I checked it, it was like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like one pulse got you like a couple million PulseX, something stupid like that. Well, 17 million is a turtle and 172 million PulseX is a squid, right? So you only needed like 10 pulse at that specific moment to get essentially a SAC that's a 4-figure sacrifice rate is essentially what that translates to more or less. So that was the opportunity that was on the table, and now it's not there. Now it's 1 to 6.
1 to 6. Okay. And is 1 to 6. What are the ratios we've been talking about? So I know like 3 to 1 is, I know a lot of people have been talking about that for the PulseX, PulseChain to PulseX. But for Hex, what is the ratio that is that the market, we think the market's going to decide on? And then what's like a good deal versus a bad deal? Do we know that? Like 1 to 6, is that a good deal?
1 to 3 is probably somewhere around equilibrium. Just for instance, because so much more money was put into the PulseX SAC that more of the coins are being distributed in a way. So it probably have less of a value because there's more of it out there. But 1 to 7, off the top of my head, maybe worth a small chuck if you're trying to accumulate PulseX. I definitely would not be going the other way, PulseX to PulseChain, because. But what just happened is PulseChain skyrocketed in value relative to PulseX, and then now it's on a downtrend relative to PulseX from that high. So the trade now is going more in favor of PulseX to PulseChain, and what I mean by that is you're getting more PulseChain for each PulseX that you're trading, but that's because things just skyrocketed to an absolutely absurd number off the beginning. And I don't know, was it Ben that said that or Top Gun Hex? Where basically somebody probably fat fingered at the beginning and just loaded the pool with PulseX, and that's what gave us that ability. But it was snapped up like that. Like I had 3 failed transactions before I was even to get something through. But it was actually still a pretty good deal. I got 100 hex, got me 59,000 PulseX.
Yeah, they like if you just sit here and watch, there's still fat figuring. Like I've watched that ratio change. So I'm sitting on 100 hex and I'm just watching. Like regularly it's around 6,000, 5,000, but it's jumped up to 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 pulse for 100 hex. And I'm like, well, I was telling people not to ratio trade, but I may have already done 3 ratio trades in the time that mainnet is live.
Oh, wow.
Richard just tweeted again. He said
Site,
site.
guys, that's V5.
All trades will be rolled back immediately.
Oh my god.
So did somebody get an amazing deal on the fat finger? Is that the conclusion from that?
I got a good deal.
Was that you?
Is
Was
that
that you,
Max?
Sloth? Are you the fat finger?
No,
Or are you
I
fingered?
didn't.
Did they take it from your
transactions
pool?
Say it again?
Did they take it from? I was just joking. I was gonna say, it's a Tommy Boy joke. It's got to be your bull. No, okay. Anyways,
I don't know. Wow.
sorry, I'm no use to anyone right now. I'm just gonna be the host.
Interesting.
I can't
Get on
think right now.
PulseX.
I don't feel like
Yeah. So how are people trading if PulseX? What DEX are they using? Alex's forked one. How are people trading right now? Just manually
PulseX?
calling
PulseX.
contract?
PulseX?
I thought PulseX wasn't up yet.
No. As soon as it
They're
went
not
live, PulseX was
I
ready.
just had the site on your. I had the site on the screen, Max. You're not paying
Yeah.
attention.
I'm not paying attention. I must have blacked out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, Max, you ever pay attention when I'm on your stream, or you just invite
I
me to
don't.
talk
You,
to you?
you know, you and Giff, you just come here and you
I
just
talked for
talk.
LP for an hour, and then 3 months later, you're like, "Yeah, I wasn't really interested at the
That's true.
time. I just needed
That's
to
true
do
story.
a show."
That's a true story. I was like, you know what? I don't care about LP, but other people do, so I need to talk about it.
Sloth, come do my
True
show.
story. True story. Pretty much. We can do it on your channel, Sloth, but then it's
Load the
harder.
website.
You won't send me the video. So.
I'm not having any issues.
I sent you the video. What are you talking about,
Oh,
dude?
I know. I'm talking about a long time ago. You were like, you took a week to send me the video.
It was on
Long
YouTube.
time.
I didn't send you
Very long
anything.
I know. Then I know how to download stuff on YouTube. It took me a while.
Okay, Mr. Dev, Mr.
See,
Mr. Tech
I'm not
Guy.
alone. Bruh, I can't load the PulseX site. All right, I'm going to try too. I swear I tried it. It wasn't working.
RHMax, can you send ATX an invite?
Yes, but the stream's probably not going to last that long because I'm like.
Now we're at a
Wanna go
one.
freaking out.
So
I want to go like decompress for about 5 minutes and then maybe look at trading. We'll see. Let me send them a link real quick though.
Oh.
This is a special moment. Special moment.
It is a special
Where's-
moment. I'm so glad I got to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Crazy.
god. And like Ben, pleasure to meet you. Look into hedron.com or Crypto Sloth. Like I think I might have seen you in a space. Good to see you again. And Wild Jazz, it's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your tweets. You do excellent readings of sci-fi. Love the content.
Thank you.
It's wow, this is amazing. A bunch of my crypto friends and I got to do it live stream. And
Yeah, we did.
wow, I'm still tingling
know.
here.
Ben, I put on the private check. Can you send to ATX? I don't know if I have them on. On
Okay.
Twitter. Let's see. What do we have? Okay. So when we see stuff bridged in, interesting. Liquidity.
Be right back. 1 second.
Pulse. Okay. LP. Yeah, Gonna wrap the stream up in like 10 minutes because if you're not first, you're last. I want that early APY on some of the things I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah. You're validating too, right, Max?
Everyone's probably
it's
so hyped on this. I might go and start streaming something to commemorate this. I got my ratios in, so now I don't feel like I missed PulseX. I've got a bag of Pulse. I can sit here and just DCA into it when it becomes available for public purchase and when the bridge becomes open. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm gonna just sit here and the APY on some things right now is pretty high. So like I got to go and do the various staking that I need to for my different tokens. But like, man, I don't really feel like there's that much of a rush. Like PulseChain is live now. We're going to get to enjoy this for years. And the best purchasing for DCA opportunities, Katie was right when she's talking about it. Like the first month to 3 months that anything goes live, the price is so up and down. There are plenty of dips that are more than brag worthy to be in on when you're talking 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. Like, yep, I bought then. Like, we are so early. This is so awesome. Like, there's no need to FOMO. You don't need to put your FOMO pants on. You don't need to get Hexologist to put his FOMO pants on, sir. You can take it calm, sit on your hands. If a ratio appears and it's like, whoa, that's amazing. Because, I'm sitting watching them occasionally and it's like, okay, I'm going to jump on that one. If you know how to do the math, sure. But this is just great time to DCA in, learn about the different staking and other things you can do in the system.
Congratulations, my friend.
Welcome.
Congratulations. Hold up. Yeah, hey, I'm on the stream real quick. Let me call you back.
Not sure
I love you.
if you knew, but you're
That's what I was
alive.
thinking, calling everyone.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? How are y'all beautiful people?
Hey, I'll be calling my parents in a minute too. Don't worry.
I sent the message out. Yeah, at first I sent the message out to everyone before I even did anything. I was like, cool, here we go. Made sure everyone understood app.pulsex.com because, Richard just did pulsex.com. I was like, come on, help me out, Richard. Instead of just being like, check his tweet. So I got all that done. And then I got a couple of good little trades in, because they set the PulseX pulse ratio at like a stupid thing. I was like, I'm going to scoop some up. Let's go.
Did you take advantage of any of the
I got it done.
stuff?
Got some liquidity provided.
Nice,
already did all that. I got yield farm already set up. I'm set over here before I even. So I went through, messaged everyone, called everyone, hit everyone up, and then I was like, all right, cool. Let me take care of what I got to take care of. And I looked at the ratios and I was like, you kidding me right now? So I tried doing a big ratio thing. I was like, let me just do. I'm not gonna say how much pulse, but let me just do a big number of pulse. And then it's like, not enough in the market or whatever. And I was like, motherfucker. So I had to lower my number all the way down, but I still got a great little number there.
That's
and
awesome,
then
man.
set up the pulse. But yeah, guys, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Congratulations. I got my $8
No more
champagne.
vaporware. Woo! Go
$8.
Ben. Look at that.
I know. Now I gotta go. I gotta bust out the bottle. I gotta go meet up with
Sure.
friends. I gotta go grab a drink. I said all this stuff. You know what I mean? Smoke a little J. You know what I mean? Have some fun and just relax, kick back, and we here now, guys. We freaking made it. Yeah, I've already earned one incentive token. You know what I mean? Just waiting here.
Congrats.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Get set up, get in there. You know what I mean? I was like, forget about it. Let's go. Cause I'm long-term. So I'm cool with the ratios. It's right now around 3-to-1 already back again. And I was like, that's cool LP ratio for me. Let's go. And so
I'm
that's
scared of the ratio trading. I was just sitting there. I'm getting this FOMO reading the chat. People are like, I just doubled my shit. And then I was having some clarity. I was using the restroom real quick and I had this clarity. And I was like, I'm kind of scared.
well, a lot of the transactions fail, but I mean the thing costs 0.0001. Yeah, you got to go through they're just because the prices are slipping prices are moving so much right now, and the ratios are swapping so much in between everything. So each time you do a transaction, and just transaction failed, and you're like, damn, transaction failed. I think 4 of them failed before one of them finally went through, and then same for providing liquidity. I think I had 4 transactions fail before one finally went through. So yeah, I got it all set up though, man. But
It's important to go in and set the slippage settings and everything.
Yeah,
I did that right away. I haven't
yeah.
had a single fail. So
Okay,
that's
cool.
why
I only
surprised.
set my
I've had 6
slippage.
go
I set
off.
my slippage at 1%, so maybe I kept it too low. Do you mind saying what you did yours at Top Gun?
I was pretty ballsy.
Pretty
I put
loose?
mine at 5%.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I left mine at 1. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I can't get it at 1, I'll keep trying. You know what I mean? Because it's literally next to nothing. It's pennies, less than pennies right now to transact, guys. We got PulseChain. It's fun. Let's go.
All right, guys. We unfortunately got to wrap this up. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got to get my validator burring. I got
congratulations.
Stuff to do. I'm not going to be celebrating anytime soon, within the next 3 hours at least. But congratulations to everyone. Oh my gosh, today is here. We made it, and now this is the beginning, though. This is the beginning of a beautiful new network, and we're going to kill it.
Yeah,
we're all going to kill it. It's going to be great.
Good to see you, ATX.
Great seeing all of y'all, man. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and I'll catch y'all later.
All right, guys. Scivive and 5555 and PulseChain.com, baby. We are live. Woo!